All right. Let's see what Arabelle wants now.
Nothing about this peace conference has gone as planned, but the Ascendant Order might have given us something we didn't have before. A reason for the Alliance leaders to cooperate. Can I ask one more favor of you, dear?
What do you need me to do?
Lord Bacaro needs to hear about our victory at All Flags. He can stop mustering a counterforce, at least for now. Thanks to you, Count Damar's plan to decapitate the alliances has failed. The leaders are safe and back to their usual bickering.
What about the Ascended Lord? Isn't he still a threat?
I suspect Count Damar's defeat cost the Ascendant Order most of their strength. It will take time for them to recover, which gives us a chance to salvage the peace talks. Bring the news to Lord Bacaro, then meet me back at Mandrake Manor.
I'll go speak to Lord Bacaro then.
Lord Bacaro should be at Steadfast Manor. Do hurry before he strikes off with an army of hired knights to join a battle that's already over. Besides, it's not often I get to send someone good news.
What happens to the delegates now?
While the conference site is repaired, I'll secure them in Gonfalon Bay. The captains in Koska can watch over the Royals and Valencia, and we'll have time to send for a new Fighters Guild delegate. I'm surprised this turned out as well as it did.
Did you think that we were going to defeat the Ascended Order at the All Flags Islet?
That's a difficult question. I knew we had to try. Actually, I'm a bit embarrassed. Lord Bacaro trusted me to protect the conference, and I let him down. The Ascendant Order was one step ahead of me all along. I've never failed like this before.
Why do you think you failed?
I didn't notice how powerful the Ascendant Order had become, and I should have sniffed out Count Damar's treachery. The clues were there. Wealth, grievances, arcane skill. Thanks to you, we salvaged the situation. And I can learn from my mistakes.
Oh, what happened to the Ascended Order ships?
Like Prince Ernskar, I had Captain Suzo commandeer a siege engine. That sent a few of their ships to the bottom. Then when the shaking stopped and the storm clouds parted, the remaining vessels fled. After you defeated the Magus, I suppose.
Did any of Lord Bacaro's reinforcements ever reach All Flags Islet?
No, but I'm not surprised. He and the Steadfast don't have a standing army. I imagine he's still at his manor sending missives across High Isle in an attempt to recruit knights willing to aid us. Go tell him he can stop. The threat is over for now.
I'm gonna guess we're gonna get there and he hasn't done anything.
The Alliance leaders are safe, and the remainder of the Ascendant Order's forces are in retreat. Your work...
Mm-hmm.
Well, that turned out better than I expected.
I care.
What now, I wonder? Do Irene, Ernskar, and I remain here? Do we leave to resume our royal duties? If I get a choice, I'd rather avoid returning to that torture device they call my throne for as long as reasonably possible.
Always complaining.
My father won't believe half of what I tell him happened here. Shucks bones. I hardly believe it myself. I say enough fighting and talking for today. We should celebrate our victory.
Ren.
Despite everything that happened, we're alive and well. Perhaps Lord Bacaro's dream of peace isn't dead after all. I came here to be polite, but now, who knows?
High King Emmerich looks no worse for wear. In fact...
They're all saying the same thing.
Queen Irene is safe again. Saji is grateful. It would have been terribly embarrassing.
This was your doing, I suppose. All those tasty...
Well done there. Go to Steadfast Manor and see.
Ah, Lady Arabelle's associate. What news do you bring me?
Okay, he is here. He hasn't run off.
I've been sending messengers throughout the countryside, but so far I've only managed to gather a handful of knights. I was about to send them the order to head out when I saw you approaching. Does this mean you have news from Lady Arabelle?
Yes, the goods are safe. And Magus is dead and all Flags Castle is secure.
That's excellent news. My congratulations to you and Lady Arabelle. I'll still send the knights, but now their orders will be to shore up the castle's defenses, not rush into a war. But pray tell, where are the delegates now?
Lady Arabelle has them secured on Gotham Bay.
Of course. All Flags Castle must be half in ruins after what I can only imagine was a fierce and costly battle. I'll get with Lady Arabelle, and we'll thank the delegates for their patience. I do believe another celebration is in order, though.
What sort of celebration?
Don't be modest, friend. From what I already know of your exploits, I can only imagine the heroics you demonstrated at All Flags Castle. Inform Lady Arabelle. We'll gather at Gonfalon Palace to celebrate your courage and the safety of the delegates.
I'll tell Lady Arabelle about your plans.
How often does someone get to save 3 realms in the same day? Your actions are an inspiration. I wonder, though, did the Ascendant Magus inadvertently help us by attacking the royals? We shall see. Go, tell Arabelle. She'll make the arrangements.
Well, High King Emmerich, Queen Irene, and Prince Iskar fought together against the Ascended Magus, so they kind of help us.
Did they now? I can't wait to hear the entire story. I am surprised they didn't make use of the wards protecting Memorial Hall, though. We prepared the site to keep the delegates safe throughout the peace talks.
Ascended Magus magic broke through the wards. He almost toppled the entire castle.
Yes, I saw his power firsthand at Castle Navir. And Valencia explained that he somehow drew power from the volcanic vents that permeate the islands. A reckless use of magic, with little regard for consequences. Where did he learn that, I wonder?
Well, the Ascended Magus was Count Demar Defoe.
Demar de Fort? Astonishing! I was certain the Magus was going to turn out to be one of the Monards. Tell me, what of this mysterious Ascendant Lord you encountered beneath Castle Navir? Did you learn anything about him?
He ordered the Magus to attack All Flags Islet, but we never saw him at the castle.
Cowards like that let others do the fighting for them. I imagine he's in hiding, fearing exposure and seeking a way to rebuild his forces. I suspect the Lord will remain in the shadows for now. Stay vigilant. Inform me if you learn anything more. How often does someone get to...
Maybe he was doing his job. Who else in this area? Somebody's definitely betraying us from the inside. I'm trying to figure out who would do it, though. It has to be a character that hasn't been introduced, or somebody we just saw.
What?
At the same time, if he is the Ascendant Lord, what would the next DLC be?
Lord Alec Dorel must have been working with the Montclairs. Why else would his father throw him in the stocks?
Welcome, my dear. What news do you bring from Steadfast Manor?
Oh, Jim.
Were you able to meet with Lord Bacaro, dear? What did he say when you told him about our victory?
Lord Bacaro wants us to hold the celebration at Gonfalon Palace. He wants you to make the arrangements.
An excellent idea. Lord Bacaro knows it's vital to bring the delegates back to the table. After recent events, their faith in diplomacy might well be suspect. But a party, that's something they can all agree on. Can I impose on you again, dear?
What do you need me to do?
Tell the delegates Lord Bacaro dearly hopes they can attend a gathering at Gonfalon Palace. If anyone hesitates, use your charms to convince them to join us. Meanwhile, I'll throw something together. Meet me at Gonfalon Palace when you're done.
We're gonna find the Alliance leaders.
Royals, no concern for their own safety. They each went off in search of a diversion. High King Emmerich to the temple, Queen Irene to stroll the harbor, and Prince Ernskar to the inn. I asked the Sisters' Guard to keep an eye on them, discreetly.
How we get the Gonfalon Palace ready for the celebration so quickly?
Leave that to me, dear. I'll send Jakan to round up our 3 brave captains and put them to work. It'll be all hands on deck, as it were, but I think we can manage. You just make sure the Alliance leaders attend the party.
Do you think the Alliance leaders will refuse the invitation?
These royals are a stubborn lot, or hadn't you noticed? I can never predict what they will do from one moment to the next. Remind them these peace talks are imperative. If that doesn't work, tell them the other 2 accepted your invitation.
So you want me to lie to the Alliance leaders? Royalty?
Sometimes a few untruths are required to grease the wheels of diplomacy. The royals will see right through the ruse, of course, but they'll play along. All they need is a reason to believe that this isn't a waste of their time.
Mm-hmm. Coming up here. Anyone still hiding in here? Jakarn, are you in the bedroom? He's in there under the sheets. He's just shy. Alright, first place is the church. I haven't been in here yet. Temple of the Winds. Ah, it burns, it burns. Okay.
Magus Slayer! To what do I owe this pleasure?
You be shouting in the middle of a church?
Have I thanked you yet for all you've done? Not just for the alliances and Lady Arabelle, but for me personally. No? Well, thank you, my friend. I don't know many people who could have beaten the Ascendant Magus. But what brings you to the temple?
Lobricaro has invited you to attend a celebration.
Another royal function. I'm getting tired of those ghastly affairs in most cases. I was just considering heading home. Queen Maria must be missing me terribly. Unless... is the celebration in my honor? It's bad form to refuse such parties.
Sure. Well, for you and the other Alliance leaders, it'd be held in Gonfalon Palace.
Irene and Ernskar? Well, I can't allow them to attend and not show up myself. And I guess I do owe them something of a debt, too. They did help us on Amanos and at All Flags Castle. All right, I'll attend Lord Baccaro's celebration.
All right, I'll see you at Gonfalon Palace then.
It seems I'll need to pay more attention to the Sisters Archipelago in the future. My negligence allowed treason to fester and bloom unchecked. That changes now. But enough grim talk. We must celebrate. I will see you at Lord Baccaro's gathering.
A bit manic, isn't it? He's like happy one minute, grumpy the next, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill all the traitors the next. Since we learned about the Ascended Magus was Count de Maude, will you punish House de Front?
I will need to treat that situation delicately. Until I can prove one way or another that Duchess Alea was truly ignorant of her brother's plot, I can't in good conscience reprimand the entire house. Still, I don't take treason lightly.
Well, you punished all of Morinard for siding with Ransard, so... You've already done that before, right? Well, at least Count de Maude can't threaten you again.
No, but we didn't exterminate all of those Order bastards, and their so-called Ascendant Lord is still loose. I have no doubt his rogue knights will rise against us again. I'll withhold judgment on the Duforts until my daggers investigate, though.
To the end next. This car is probably drinking. Oh no, what if he's with... Oh no, what if he's completing diplomacies?
I can't believe it. An Ascendant Order sailed a fleet right into the lock. I heard there was a terrible battle at All Flags Islet.
And I
There
heard
was.
the important visitors were there, and they turned out to be the leaders of the 3 alliances. Good thing someone was there to defend them.
That was me. Inskar and Rigger having drinks in the end, that's not going to end well. Are they in this room? If they're up above.
Well met, friend. Come have a drink with me.
Hey.
After the battles we endured, I was hoping to find a celebration. Unfortunately, this inn is as dead as the elk served at the Skull King's table. Have you come to drink with me, perhaps, my friend?
Not specifically. Lord Bacaro has invited you to attend the celebration.
Well, that's a welcome bit of news. Even a party full of royals and nobles has got to be better than this place. Wait, will Emmerich and Irene be in attendance? If they decline the invitation, I probably should as well.
Queen Irene and High King Emmerich also both pledged to attend the celebration at Gonfalon Palace already.
And it seems I have no other choice. I will attend Lord Bacaro's celebration, and if the festivities evolve into more serious conversations, perhaps I will even listen. I'll see you there, my friend.
See you at Gonfalon Palace.
Wait until the Skull King hears what he missed. Raging storms, a deadly jungle, a battle against near hopeless odds at an ancient castle. My father is going to kick himself. Well, maybe not about the storms. He gets sick at sea.
You really think Joran is going to be disappointed that he wasn't here at all to hear all this?
Absolutely. He was an adventuring bard before he took the throne of Eastern Skyrim. He's not as ancient as Emmerich, and that old lion enjoyed himself when we weren't almost dying, at least. I'll send a report to my father. Tell him all about it.
Do you plan to stick around and wait for more peace talks to resume?
As long as nothing else out of the ordinary happens, I'll stay. At least for a while. The weather here on High Isle is so much nicer than what we have in Windhelm. I can do without the cold and the snow for a little longer.
Gonna get addicted to this. He's gonna be like, oh god, I gotta go to this Florida area. Would this be Florida, or would this be more like a Hawaii? Probably Hawaii. You got a volcano in the distance, right? Nice lush jungles. Right, Queen Irene.
Hello,
Hi.
friend. Looking for me?
Yeah.
I've always loved the sea. Comes from growing up on Somerset, I suppose. But what can I do for you, my friend? Don't tell me there are more rogue knights threatening High Isle.
Not at the moment. Lord Bacaro has invited you to attend a celebration.
A party? Just another excuse to get me and Emmerich in the same room? Oh, very well. If we could face unprecedented danger together, we can probably survive sharing a few drinks and some food. And where will this gala event be held?
Celebration's held at Gonfalon Palace.
That's probably for the best. It's close by. And All Flags Castle was quite a mess after the battle with the Ascendant Magus. It will take Lord Bacaro a considerable effort if he plans to make it ready for the conference again.
Well, I'll see you at Gonfalon Palace.
Most of the belongings I brought along were lost when the Perfect Pounce sank into the sea. I wonder if I can find any suitable attire on this island. Breton tastes leave something to be desired. What am I thinking? This outfit is perfectly fine.
Did you chat to High King Emmerich or Prince Iskar before the attack on All Flags Islet?
We did not discuss peace, if that's what you're asking. We disagree on important issues, which is why diplomacy usually begins with social occasions. Banquets, balls, hunts, and the like. Rarely do they involve fighting for your life, though.
What did you talk about then?
We regaled each other with tales of how we survived the shipwrecks and our adventures on Amanos. I believed Emmerich was past his prime, no longer the great hero. And Ernskar struck me as young and brash. I now have a different perspective.
Yeah, I guess you do. That is true. Like, Inskar's the younger upstart, which Irene kind of was when she took the throne. Irene is kind of like in the middle. And Emmerich is getting old on his years. Up we go. Upland Pass. Haven't been in here yet. See what it looks like. Okay, none of this is stealable.
I'm truly distressed over the fate of the Gonfalon Colossus. What madness! What unimaginable cruelty!
Go. Gonfalon Palace Tower? And lockpick our way in. Maybe we'll do that after. Master lockpick and only green quality.
Let me see.
All right, let's go in the banquet hall. Let's see who's here.
Hey, good looking. Got a moment?
Yeah, we do. I want to go talk to everyone, but yeah, what's up, guys? Or
Lord Bakaro
Jakarn.
may have proclaimed that this was a celebration for the Alliance leaders, but everyone came out to see the hero who saved All Flags Castle. I'm impressed how fast the word got around, even if I may have had something to do with that.
Something else in your mind, Jakarn?
Just wanted you to know, I worked it out with Lady Arabelle. She considers my debt to her paid in full. I think she may have confused me with you, but I'll take it any way I can get it. So go in and enjoy the party. I'm sure I'll see you around.
You were a part of this. Your celebration too.
I put on a few disguises, sure. And I'm glad everyone's safe. But all this hero stuff gives me a rash. I'm not supposed to attract so much attention. Anyway, Lady Arabelle wants a word with you before she starts the main event. She's waiting inside.
Good luck, Jakarn. Go speak with Lady Arabelle then. How do we get past the escape from Amanos? The VOD is clipped out if you want to take a look, Bio.
You know, maybe I will stick around just a little bit longer. No sense missing a good party. And Valencia would be devastated if I didn't save at least one dance for her.
Nope.
But right after that, I'm out of here. As soon as I sample the buffet.
Learn to accept no, Jakarn. Look at all these people.
Not my finest work, but I think this venue will do.
Stibbins, how you doing?
Thank you again for freeing Lady Laurent from the clutches of that lascivious sea captain. It mortified me to think of him stomping around inside Milady's perfectly coiffed head. And truth be told, I was a bit envious too. No, forget I said that.
Envious now, huh? What did you do after we left, huh? So you have feelings for Lady Laurent, don't you, Stibbins?
What? Well, yes, everyone does. She's a fine and noble woman. Quite personable.
No.
When she isn't calling for tea or ordering me to do some fool thing or other. But I do not appreciate what you are implying, my friend.
I'm meant no offense, Stibbins, but what happened after the curse was lifted in All Flags Islet, huh?
After the... You saw? Well, nothing happened. Not really. Nothing I want to discuss, anyway. Lady Laurent wasn't herself. She was still caught up on the stifled emotions of a sea captain who had been alone for... Oh, must we talk about this?
I'm sorry. So, what's next for the Lady Laurent's faithful manservant,
Nothing too exciting. I have lists to make, crates to pack, and Lady Laurent's collection of combs, brushes, and reach fetishes won't sort themselves. I'm sure we'll see you again. Milady appreciates your help. Even
I'm
if she
sure...
doesn't say so.
I'm sure there's going to be more fetishes involved than you think, Stibbins. Lady Laurent?
It seems you've been busy, my friend. Not only did you assist Stibbins and I with that unfortunate business on All Flags Islet, but it appears you aided all these notables as well. Perhaps I could hire you on full-time? No. Ah, just as well.
Any lingering effects related to the curse that I saved you from?
Oh, if you don't mind, I'd rather not recall that dreadful experience. You have no idea what it's like to have a foul-mouthed, libidinous sea captain inside your head. Although, I must say the feelings he left me with were rather enticing.
So what's next for you and Stibbins, then?
I still have a few last things to take care of on All Flags Islet before the peace talks can proceed. After that, who can say? I go where I'm needed, and Stibbins follows faithfully in my wake. Someone must carry my personals, after all.
Someone as famous and in demand as you must be of a lot of options.
Oh, that goes without saying. I am Tamriel's most celebrated treasure hunter and author, after all.
Nope.
I may stick around for the peace talks. Or I heard about some strange happenings in the Telvanni Peninsula. Or Hammerfell. I haven't been there in ages.
Hammerfell. That'd be an interesting place to go to. Here, draw. Go to Arsbert. Then Commander Jorville.
The Alliance leaders live up to their reputations, good and bad. I can't say I ever expected to share a room with them, but then I suppose I have you to thank for that.
How goes the tourney, Commander?
Exceedingly well. With the trials out of the way, the jousting and revelry has been some of the best we've ever seen. I rarely get a chance to enjoy much of it, but Aurelia has encouraged me to live a little.
Do you miss Isabel being in the castle?
I do, but it warms my heart to know she's getting a chance to see the world as your companion. I've known her for almost her whole life, you know. The smile she wore the day she won the tourney was a rare treat.
I haven't summoned her once. Well, enjoy the party. I don't know when we're going to summon her. Oh, I wonder if we should unsummon Ember and see if she shows up here somewhere. Oh, she does. She shows up way over there. Okay. Isabella?
I'm in the same room as High King Emric, Queen Irene, and Prince Ernskar. I'm trying to stay calm, but I'm not doing a great job.
Ember's way over here, right where the silver is. Ember?
There you are. Everyone's talking about how great you and Lady Arabelle are, and all the great stuff you did. Everything you did at Tordreac must seem small in comparison. I've been bragging about knowing you. I hope that's all right.
You've been bragging about knowing me?
Of course. Some people seem skeptical that the same person who rescued the Alliance leaders and killed the Ascended Magus also chased down sheep magic to look like people. But that's part of the fun. Now go celebrate. You've earned it.
Like, I brought her along for all the adventures, too. And yes, Stibbins absolutely did service Lady Laurent once or twice after that experience. Definitely. Captain Jamal?
Are you surprised to see a simple sea captain like me in the company of aristocracy? It seems my service to the Dominion lifted the Prowler's name to Queen Irene's ears. Go speak to Lady Arabelle. We'll catch up after.
Where we go next?
Wherever I please. That's the joy of the sailing life. We have a few jobs lined up. Sailors must eat after all. But I think we can afford some shore leave. And Queen Irene asked to talk later. I sense more dangerous cargo in the near future.
Was a blonde not invited to come?
Ugh, I asked that sour cat to come and thank you. But he turned me down. Something about needing to count the crates another time. He never stops working, that one. But I know for a certainty that he's grateful for everything you've done.
Casca.
I owe you my thanks, Walker. I found all the Ascendant Order knights I could hope for during that fight on All Flags Islet. I can finally say, my crewmates from the Perfect Pounds have been avenged.
What will you do next, Casca?
That depends on Queen Irene. We're staying in Gonfalon Bay as long as she is, but that suits me fine. We've got a new ship and a new crew to break in, and I'll be keeping an eye on Zaji, as always.
As always. Zaji.
Finally, Queen Irene is where she belongs. Zaji is content. Zaji could be content to gaze upon Queen Irene all day, in fact.
What's next for Captain Zaji,
Long sunny days and tender nights, filled with song, drink, and love. Or so Zaji hopes. Since Queen Irene has no one else to look after her in these islands, Zaji hereby appoints himself the task of catering to her every need.
Razendar was supposed to come here earlier and secure the place. I wonder what happens if Zaji and Razendar like butt heads. Do we have to work on the Perfect Pounds too?
That is a task better left in Casca's claws. Who will look after Queen Irene if not Zaji? And Lady Arabelle insisted we help guard the delegates anyway, so what does this want to do? Zaji can only hope his devotion is rewarded.
I have a question. If Casca hold a hammer? I think she can. Don't let you assume, but I don't see any opposable thumbs there. Alessia?
So many challenges and setbacks. It's hard to believe all the delegates are finally together in this chamber. Except Quentin Geralt, of course. I can't support the choice he made, but I hope he is at peace now.
Uso?
A great day, friend. Despite the Ascendant Order's every effort, the delegates to Lord Bacaro's conference survived and are still willing to talk peace. You and Lady Arabelle made this possible.
Is there any hope of salvaging Kamal's Bane?
Sadly, no. She will never sail again. But several Ascendant Order vessels were abandoned after the fight at All Flags Islet. Since the Order wrecked my ship, I hope to claim one of theirs for compensation.
What will you do then?
I recrew and refit here in Gonfalon Bay. I do not know how long Prince Ernskar plans to stay, but it would be my honor to return him safely home when the time comes. Until then, I promised Lady Arabelle I would help protect all the delegates.
Duchess Alea? Actually, I'm surprised she's not up there.
I understand we have you to thank for High King Emmerich's safety. And for the other leaders, of course. I am appalled by the part Damard played in this plot. I promise you, House Dufort will do everything in our power to set right his wrongful deeds.
Well, she's not upset that I killed her brother.
The turnout for this is incredible. Look at all these lives you've touched. Drake, I knew you were a hero, but...
Well, did you get Dame Maddock back to safety? Or back safely?
I did. The Order of the Albatross welcomed her home. She's been interred in a crypt reserved for knights that died on errantry. I've visited her a few times. She has a nice spot.
And you're officially a knight now, huh?
I am. Sir LaFleury was very impressed with my tale. As he put it, who am I to stand in the way of the unstoppable Dame Maddock? I'm still not used to the title, but I'll get there.
Do you have any plans for the future?
I think I'll spend some time working with the knights at Castle Navir. Get my sea legs under me, so to speak. The Knight Commander is already muttering about having me take on a squire. So I expect it'll be back into the breach soon enough.
Well, I'll see you soon, Ryan. Marilyn Berthel. Hi.
You rescued the Alliance leaders.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were amazing when you helped me back at Broke Rock Mine, but friend, you're incredible.
What are you still doing here?
Where better to find a ship than in Gonfalon Bay? I'll get passage on one of them. Until then, I'm helping people.
You're helping people?
Yes. I started by singing rats off a galley. It's a small start, but now folks are coming to me with their problems. I'm making a name for myself. It may not be much yet, but I crafted it myself. And it's my name, not my father's.
What will we do now?
Me? I'm going to enjoy myself. Maybe try some new foods. It's nice being at a party and not having to worry about being called on to perform. After that, I'm going to battle monsters, solve real problems, like you.
Rigert.
Just look at all these fine people committing diplomacy together. And they say it is all because of you, my bestest friend. You must tell Rigert how you did it sometime.
Yes, you taught them all how to commit diplomacy the same way you did, Rigert. How's the culture exchange going, Rigert?
Oh, very good. Tanilan and Ulganash said my diplomacy was so strong, they didn't need to be diplomatized anymore. They told me I could go commit diplomacy on new people and make more friends.
The Diplominator. Who else did you commit diplomacy against?
Everybody in town. Sailors, merchants, fishmongers, dock workers, beggars, anyone I could catch. People like you when you buy them drinks. Although, I'm not really sure how that helps Ebonheart Pact.
His eyes, yes. He's contemplating all the diplomacy he's committed. He is haunted by the ghost of the diplomacies that he has done. Okay. We'll have to do something with that later. All right. Colleen, hi.
A few days ago, I was sitting in a dank crypt, wondering when the Ascendant Order was going to slit my throat and feed me to the slaughterfish. Didn't see anything like this in my future, that's for certain.
What's next for you, Captain Colleen?
I'm not going anywhere until High King Emmerich finishes up what he came here to do. That's fine with me, though. It'll give me time to sign on a crew and put Nereid's song in proper shape.
Do you plan to keep it?
Lady Arabelle insisted, and the Duchess doesn't seem opposed. Still haven't decided whether to rename her. There's a lot of luck tied up in a ship's name. Oh, and while I'm here, I agreed to protect the delegates. I could use the extra gold.
Druid Aradine.
Your assistance at Stonelore Grove wasn't an isolated incident, it seems. You have a knack for getting other people out of trouble, my friend. And the notables in this chamber. An impressive collection. I am honored that you also helped me.
Have things gone back to normal at Storm Grove? Lore Grove.
Nature has a way of doing the unexpected, but that's part of its grandeur. The spirit of the Grove has become more of a partner than a tool, and I am glad of that. You helped make that possible. The Circle will never forget that.
And what about the volcano? Have the Druids determined how to render it dormant yet?
No, not yet. It's like the very rock refuses to talk to us, and we're the Stone Lore druids. I've been busy getting the grove settled, but I think I'll offer to help with the investigation into the lava vents and the volcano. It's the least I can do.
And Rosalind. Hi.
The meeting of the delegates is the closest we've come to peace. I don't understand the motivations of anyone who tries to stop it. Fortunately, they have you here to protect them. I believe Lady Arabelle wishes to talk about that very thing.
How are things at Steadfast Manor?
Returning to normal thanks to you. The symptoms of Vera Lane's experiments have faded from our patients. Now they can focus on the conditions that originally brought them to me. That will be its own struggle, but one we're trained for.
Will you stay at Steadfast Manor?
Oh, of course. As long as this horrible war rages, I will help heal the injured. And I believe in Lord Bacaro's dream. Learning about the lives of our enemies offers the best path to peace.
Three royals are here. Queen Ayrenn.
So many people. And most of them are actually talking about you instead of me. That's sort of strange, but rather refreshing. I think I understand what Lord Bacaro hoped to accomplish. We can be in the same room and not attempt to kill each other.
And Scar?
I'm impressed that Lady Arabelle managed to arrange all this in such a short time. It might not be the setting Lord Bacaro originally intended, but it works well enough for a party.
Emmerich.
I need to get off my uncomfortable throne and meet challenges with steel in my hand more often. Still, it's nice to be around people who aren't actively trying to kill me.
The Bacaro.
Excellent. I see all three of our royal guests are in attendance. And Lady Arabelle has worked her usual magic to create a suitable setting for the occasion. That woman's competence is positively uncanny.
Lady Arabelle.
I see you convinced our royal guests to come to our little gathering. Well done, dear. Now for the tricky part. Persuading them to stay for Lord Bacaro's talks. After so many perils, I suppose I couldn't blame them if they decided to leave.
Well, the Alliance leaders agreed to attend the party, and I think they'll stay for the peace talks at least.
Excellent, dear. You saved Emmerich and the others from the Ascendant Order and ended the threat of the Magus. Plus, you salvaged the talks and restored the hope for peace. Take this. This is your day as much as anyone's. I have to address the crowd.
The last deck fragment for the Anses. Necklace, skill point. All right.
We're here to celebrate the coming together of three great leaders, and to show our appreciation for a hero who saved the delegates and kept our hopes for peace alive. On behalf of Lord Bacaro and the Society of the Steadfast, I ask our honored guests to enjoy the celebration.
The Aldmeri Dominion thanks our hero and promises to participate when the talks resume.
The Ebonheart Pact wholeheartedly agrees.
As does the Daggerfall Covenant. 3 cheers for our hero and for Lord Bacaro!
Well
Yay!
said, King, and well said, Queen and Prince. Let the celebration begin.
The Arabelle?
I knew at the moment I saw you, dear. This one has spirit. This one has the heart of a hero. Not too unlike what Emmerich saw when he first looked at me. You know I appreciate all you've done, my friend. You can call on me for help whenever you need.
What's next for you, Lady Arabelle?
No rest for the weary, dear. I need to help Lord Bacaro restore All Flags Castle for the peace talks, improve security, figure out what other traitors beside Count Damard are lurking about. And of course, I need to keep the delegates safe.
Oh, do you need any more help?
Not right now. The captains and Koska have agreed to help guard the delegates, but the rest is all paperwork and supervision. When the peace talks get underway, I'll send for you. If you're still interested in helping, of course. No pressure, dear.
I could be persuaded.
An excellent answer. I must write that down. I expect that my notes will make an excellent basis for the next Investigator Vale novel. I must send them off to the author at once.
About that. Are you the author for Investigator Vale books or not?
Let's just say the author is a very dear friend of mine. Why, I would even go so far as to admit I know her as well as I know myself. And that is quite positively all I intend to share on this topic. Now go mingle and accept the adoration of the crowd.
Bakaro?
We have taken the first step on a long journey. Still, no one ever reaches their destination without taking that step. I owe you a debt, friend. Because of you, there's still a chance for peace. I promise to take full advantage of this opportunity.
Okay, when will the peace talks begin?
That depends on how fast I can get workers out to rebuild All Flags Castle and restore Memorial Hall. And I need to send word to the Mages Guild. Valencia alone can't replace the wards. There's also a new Fighters Guild delegate to consider.
Can you keep the Alliance leaders here until everything's ready?
I'm certainly going to try. We've all accomplished too much to let the talks just fade away like a mist in the morning sun. You showed them they can work together. We can build upon that, provided I can get them to stay until we're ready to begin.
I feel like every Fighters Guild representative or guild master is sort of like a red shirt. They don't live that long. Even the Mages Guild leaders also kind of all the kind of terrible fates too, I guess. But I mean, hey, Valesia's still there.
Fighting alongside each other, all well and good. Attending a party together, sure, with civilized people. But these peace talks? If Lord Bakaro is committed to continuing down this path, I'll follow. I don't hold out much hope, though.
You don't think there's a chance the peace talks will succeed?
What do I look like, a soothsayer? All I know is that peace has powerful enemies. Every day, people tell me that if we press harder, we can make good on the blood and treasure we've spent. Dictate terms from a position of strength. It distresses me.
You don't have to listen to people who tell you to keep fighting, do you?
I'm afraid I do. If I decide to ignore them and hold my ground, there's no promise Irene and Yoren can do the same. Peace is only possible when everyone sees there's no more to be gained from war. Still, if others are willing to try, so am I.
Valestia. Oh, I didn't say Valestia. I let her get taken at the skill point. No, but I'm saying Valencia, not Valesta.
The Library of Dusk is a
here.
trap for smart people. I guess we're safe then.
She's at least still here.
We won the day, my friend, and I learned a valuable lesson. Sometimes the enemy of my enemy is my friend, or at least a helpful acquaintance. And if the peace talks do go on, I will do my best to negotiate in good faith.
Do you think the peace talks will succeed?
Who knows? Will ice melt in the cookpot? That's a certainty. But the thoughts that run through the minds of the rulers of Tamriel, those cannot be fathomed by even the most brilliant sage. But I will send word to my father, ask for his advice.
And will we follow it?
Mostly. But he wasn't with us on Amanos or at All Flags Castle. He didn't fight side by side with the lion and the eagle. My father doesn't expect much from these talks. I'm not so sure. If the talks do take place, I'd love to surprise him.
I think I can bear this Breton paradise a little longer. Consider it my way of acknowledging everything you did for us. For me. If you could go out of your way to save 3 foolish royals, then I can try to find common ground with my enemies.
Oh, do you think there's a chance that these peace talks could succeed?
There's always a chance. As long as Lord Bacaro can finalize the necessary arrangements, we have an opportunity to put an end to terrible suffering. What sort of queen would I be if I did not do everything in my power to see this through?
Well, do you think Prince Iscar and High King Emeric feel the same?
I must assume so. Why else would they be here? They are honorable leaders despite our differences and the terrible war we're engaged in. I believe they want what is best for their realms as well as mine. Beyond that, we shall have to wait and see.
I don't think many people are going to give new dialogue, but let's take a look real quick.
Quite an honor you've received from these esteemed
Oh, there is.
figures. I feel confident they only know a small portion of your heroics. If these discussions succeed, we could soon see this war end. No more lives thrown away in the pursuit of power.
Well done, my friend. What you accomplished here, what you prevented. We all owe you so much more than our thanks and well wishes. If there's anything you ever need from the Stonelore Circle, you only need to ask.
Lean.
Nothing can replace the spearhead or the crewmates I lost when she went down. But seeing the High King and all these other people alive and well goes a long way toward making things right. Well, that and Nereid's song, I suppose.
I suppose. Attention, Jamil.
So, when not busy fighting pirates, I guess you're off saving royalty. Perhaps you just travel where the winds blow. Everyone here owes you a great debt, especially myself. The Prowler remains safe and ready to serve the Dominion.
Aska.
Good thing I didn't eat you on that Aminos beach, Walker. This all would have been a lot harder without you. And no, I don't really eat people. That's just Sinshrat humor. As far as you know.
Casca. Zaji.
After a shipwreck, imprisonment, and dangerous battles, Zaji has earned a little time to relax. And perhaps some recognition for his bravery and skill, yes? Zaji is the hero of the day. After you, of course. A drink in your honor.
After you, of course.
I
Alessia?
feel a little out of my depth here. So much trouble came from the medallions I prepared, and then the magical wards I helped raise at Memorial Hall failed to stop the Magus. Now I'm supposed to turn my efforts to diplomacy?
Well, what worries you, Alessia?
I am no diplomat. Up to now, my task has been to support Lord Bacaro and Lady Arabelle with my magic. I understood what they needed and how to craft it for them, but I know nothing about negotiating. I don't understand why the Guild has sent me.
Well, the Mages Guild must believe you can do the job.
There are other mages with more experience, such as Barnes Galarian or anyone. They would be better negotiators. Ah, that's the point, isn't it? My role here isn't to negotiate, it's to speak honestly and keep an open mind. That I can do.
Bigert.
Bestest friend, I had no idea you were a large diplomat too. Prince Ernskar says you saved the peace talks by saving his life. Twice! That is very strong diplomacy. I wish I had thought of that.
I don't want to help people just to make them grateful to me, but if these are the sort of parties adventurers get to attend, I definitely won't complain.
You remember Venice? Yeah, Venice is a little bit too full of himself. He acts more dark elf than he acts like Altmer, in my opinion. Duchess?
I've been told that my brother met his end at your hands during his reckless attack on All Flags Castle. If only I had seen through his scheme sooner, perhaps he might have been saved. But I suspect he gave you no choice. That was so his way.
Count Damard wanted to kill the Alliance leaders, too.
When my brother fixed his mind on a goal, he did not allow anything or anyone to get in his way. We were never close, but our relationship only worsened after I accepted our father's title. And now he's left our house on the brink of ruin.
Brink of ruin?
The High King says he does not hold me responsible for Demard's misdeeds. But the ships that attacked All Flags Castle were built into fort yards, and many of our knights fought under ascended helms. Our honor is irreparably stained.
Ooh. Tuzo?
When Kamal's Bane foundered on the rocks of Aminos Passage, I could not imagine this hour would come. Yet now, the hardest work of all begins. Well, after the hard work of restoring All Flags Castle is finished, then the hardest work begins.
Hmm. Raylan?
I might slip out the back now that the talking is done. Even as a squire, I wasn't much for glad handing.
I never heard that term before, glad handing. Stibbins?
Well, that was quite something to see. I envy your life of adventure and daring do, my friend. Sometimes I imagine striking out with nothing but a sword and a good pair of boots. But what would become of Lady Laurent? She'd be lost without me.
Lady Laurent?
As much as I enjoy a party, I still have work to do back on All Flags. And poor Stibbins isn't a spring rooster. All this excitement does terrible things to his already fragile constitution. If we disappear, do give our regards to Lady Arabelle.
Of course. I feel like Lady Laurent treats Stibbins like a small little Cocker Spaniel that she has in her purse. Commander?
I can't say I terribly enjoy parties. Too many opportunities for decisions one might regret later. But I suppose if anything is worth celebrating, it is your actions here on High Isle.
Mm-hmm. Isabella?
I'm going to stick right here by the Knight Commander. At least if I stand here and keep my mouth shut, I can't embarrass myself any further.
Do you want me to introduce you? Mm-hmm.
What? No. Nope. I'm good here. I tried to introduce myself to High King Emmerich when the commander spoke to him, and I kind of forgot my own name. So, if I try that again, I think I'll die of shame.
Oh, are you enjoying the party?
Other than putting my boots squarely in my mouth, you mean? Yes, I'm having a lovely time. Have you had any of those little finger sandwiches? And Jakarn has tried to hit on me no less than 3 times. I don't have the heart to tell him.
Well, have a good time, Isabel. Karn, what have you been doing?
You made quite an impression, my friend. Too bad for you. Now all the important people know who to call when they need something done. You'll never have a moment's rest, you poor bastard.
Really leaving, Jakarn?
I really am. But you know me. I lay low and some sort of trouble still finds me. I'm like one of those lodestones, I guess.
So, no more jobs for Lady Arabelle?
Don't get me wrong. Lady A is great, and she pays well. But I need to draw the line at acting respectable. Of being all heroic. I'm a thief. I've got an image to think of. But I'll never say never. Do that, and fate intervenes.
Ember.
What a party! Lots of fancy people here. I've got to be on my best behavior. I promise not to pick anyone's pocket or anything. This is your big day. I'm not going to get in the way of that. Unless you want to see what's in Emmerich's pockets.
I do. There needs to be a secret achievement of like... there needs to be a secret achievement of like going back and like picking each one of their pockets. Osbert, Stibbins. I think we talked to everyone here now. Go back room.
I knew at the moment I saw you, dear. This one has spirit. This one has the heart of a hero. Not too unlike what Emmerich saw when he first looked at me. You know I appreciate all you've done, my friend. You can call on me for help whenever you need.
We have taken the first step on a long journey.
Still think he's the Ascendant Lord. That makes the most sense to me. And I think we've talked to everyone here. See if there's anything else. Doubtful. If it is, thanks everyone for watching the adventure. I guess we'll see the epilogue and DLC when it comes out.